because, a lot of people had thoughts about Dexter's finale as to whether he should live, whether he should die,
Right.
whether he should do this, whether he should
Right.
do that. And, I loved Dexter as a series. But I was also very willing to let them take me where they were going to take me. I was not going into this final, but no, people I know were like, oh my god, if it's serious, I'm dying, or if that I'm doing this, or that I'm doing that. I won't feel like it's, him atoning or whatever for his.
Did he? See, okay, but that's what I'm saying. It depends on the type of viewer you are.
And for me, I was
do you need him to atone? Not everybody does.
Right, and for me, I was very much willing to. I wasn't tied to having one particular. Like some shows, you definitely feel like, oh, someone gets to live, someone gets to die, someone gets to do this.
So who did you think? Who did you want to find out, or who did you think was even? My whole issue is like there are very few characters I've always felt deserve to have certain information, because I've always felt like they've proven that Dexter's smarter than a lot of people. So if you're gonna figure it out, you need to prove that you're. And so to me, the only person who was ever smart enough or worthy enough of figuring it out, taking him down, was Deb. They already did that. Well, I didn't think he deserved to know. They just set up the fact that he was onto him, and I'm like, why? Are you a great cop? We haven't seen that yet. Prove it to me first, And so when that whole season, where Quinn was like kind of onto him, I was like, if you're gonna finish that thread, fine. If he's gonna put in the legwork and prove, and so then when it was in the leak, that's what he said. He was like, it's not a drop. It was basically not a drop thread in the leak. It was that he had done all the legwork, figured it out, and then said, I'm gonna not say anything because you're actually doing a good job, and you know what, I don't disagree with what you're doing, whatever. I didn't feel in season 8 there was anybody on that level.
No, but at the same time, right, and especially, going into the penultimate episode, and after I finished it and realized there's no way this could happen, it honestly hadn't occurred to me that I really wanted them to find out. For some years,
but also, why would you find out? Like, why? Like, you never suspect the person who's next door.
No, but at the same time, it's very much a thing where, in some ways, I do feel unsatisfied about that, because it's not that it's hard to explain, because I feel like, yes, he very much hit himself well, but at the same time, they took down 2 police members. I mean, it's like, I feel like, I was talking to C.S. Lee with Jokes and LaGuardia.
Oh, you mean over the years? I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
And it's like, I was talking.
But LaGuardia didn't deserve to figure that out, and that's just maybe a discussion for something else. But like I've been saying from the beginning, like she was a dumb character. She didn't deserve the knowledge that they gave her. Like they didn't write her well. It wasn't Lauren's fault, but like they didn't write that character to a point where I realistically believed she figured this out.
Right. But it was a situation where
when Angel at the beginning of season 8 had her box of information, I was kind of wondering, maybe he could have started to dig through it. But he also was always kind of dumb. Let's be honest. I mean, he didn't know he was sleeping with an undercover he thought he had a prostitute. She was an undercover cop. Like he's not the brightest bulb.
No, right. And it's like, to be fair, it felt like because of the legwork that had been done the previous season, there was the opportunity at some point that someone could have picked it up. And it's like, it just felt like, because we had watched people have the whole, even Masuka, like I feel like, again, not the smartest character in the world, but I feel like it would have been fascinating as a viewer to watch him realize this. Like I feel like
but they would have had to set that up way early in the season, and they were dealing with other things. Like thematically, I really thought the reason they weren't doing that was because they wanted to explore so much with Dexter realizing things about himself. Like rather than seeing a secondary or a tertiary or whatever character learn something about Dexter that we've known for so long, Dexter needs to learn something about himself. He needs to grow as a character.